Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mech, and today we're going to talk about the Fernandez cousins being in a Motogp for 2023. So first let's talk about Raul. Now, Raul, there was an awful lot of hype for 2022 that he was KTM's next big thing, and he was going to take things to another level and get there. And, it kind of fell flat for him when he actually rode the bike in 2022. I will put my hands up and say that the KTM was a very difficult bike for people to master. But still, I think what let Raul down an awful lot in 2022 was his attitude. Spitting the dummy, blaming the team, giving out about the team, and you're a rookie. Sure, I 100% understand it's difficult to go from being winning races every week in, week out, to finishing tail end Charlie week in, week out. But that's what a rookie year is. You're supposed to learn, understand, and then year 2 or year 3, that's where you're supposed to come into your own. Now, there is an awful lot of talk about his contract, that he was forced to go to MotoGP, and I don't believe that for a second. You always have a choice. You can say no. Do you know what I mean? If you really genuinely feel that you're not ready, and that's where you put your trust in your management team to be able to guide you in the right direction. If you look at Pedro Acosta openly admitted, I could have gone to MotoGP for 2023, but I did not feel ready. And Acosta and Raul Fernandez, in my view, were golden boys in KTM. So if Fernandez said he wasn't ready to go to MotoGP, they would have said okay and backed him. But look, he got on the Aprilia in Valencia, and for me it was quite a poor performance. I thought he would be up much higher. Now, he finished in 21st place overall in the test with a 1 minute 31.340 lap time. Yes, that is 3.5 tenths of a second faster than he went on the KTM. So there was definitely improvement there for him. However, it's not his first time on a MotoGP bike. So I would have expected him to be up a little bit further. Considering when you look at the other 3 Aprilias, all in the top 5, I definitely didn't expect to see him down there. So I just thought it was really, really interesting to see, is this what we're going to expect from him? Is he going to improve? Is he going to be a top 10 contender at all next year? Now, if you look at his cousin, Augusto Fernandez, obviously still on a high from winning the World Championship. Tail is up in the air, do you know what I mean? Confidence is brimming. And, he went out on the gas and he did a 1 minute 31.730. And to put that into context, that bike was the last year's bike, was the bike that his cousin was riding last year. And in his first test in it, he was about a half a tenth slower than Raul Fernandez was in qualifying. Now, people say that these times don't mean anything. I think they do. The fact that he can get on a KTM, he can get in within 3.5 tenths of a second of the much more experienced Raul on an Aprilia, or within half a tenth of what Raul did the previous Saturday on the KTM, kind of got me thinking to the way of, is this hype around Raul right? Do you know what I mean? Or, more importantly, what would happen if Augusto Fernandez started not just beating but equaling what Raul does? For example, even if he stayed within half a second or 3/4 of a second of Raul Fernandez at the start of it, then that does an awful lot of damage to the hype that was based around Raul Fernandez. If Augusto can put Raul under pressure next season on a bike that Raul said is not great, will that damage Raul's career? Will it damage what is he is supposed to be, you know, the next big thing, the next big hype train, would it seriously derail it? I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What would you think of if Raul was beaten by Augusto or almost beaten at the championship? Do you think that that would impact Raul's hype train? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.